Hello, everyone. My name is Yuta Jazz, and today we are going to do another pick a pile. By the vibe, I selected Spirit's Encouragement. So, encouraging message from Spirit on whatever is going on or isn't going on, or however you feel or don't feel. So yeah, gonna start with pile number one, and only three piles today. Uh, and also, I don't know, led to leave the top and bottom of the deck as well, because it kind of feels like one thing I will say is that Spirit is going to be calling out some stuff here. So if you don't want to be called out by Spirit, maybe click on and I don't know, choose a different. I want to say video, but then there's some piles in my videos that are call out piles anyway. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that one. Watch with your own, discretion or whatever. But it is going to be a message about how to like take a step internally towards things that are gonna make you happy, or at least that is going to actually like help come to terms and accept the current circumstances or situations, and to still choose to do things that make you happy. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, whatever. But legitimately, it feels like while things obviously aren't always in our control, the effort we can put into ourselves in terms of like self-care, looking after ourselves, investing in things that bring joy and happiness and peace and relaxation, saying no to the things that don't do that. Especially like, for example, I feel like there's a decent part of the collective going through relationship stuff, and having firm boundaries is highlighted. So, and that's a huge component to feeling more peace at the moment, I gotta say. So, yeah, it's not always easy, you know, but it's always a choice. It's always possible. It's always up to each person individually what they choose and what they invest into each and every day. Life can go kind of crappily, but if throughout the day you're still looking to things that make you happy, it's kind of it does go easier. It's easier to process, to digest, to accept, to keep your focus on things that are good or worthwhile for you in the long term, instead of just short-term satisfaction. Yeah, I wanted to say it wrong, but I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, I guess that's kind of the vibe at how these two cards came through for me. If you have a personal message that's coming through for you, go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna move on to the piles and we'll see how the message of doing things that make you happy is gonna come across. So see ya there. Oops. Well, hello, pile number one. Let's get into it. I haven't even gotten my tarot cards out of the bags yet, so excuse me for fumbling in your reading. I don't know, maybe you guys feel like you're fumbling through something. I mean, the Three of Pentacles reverse is a pretty fumbly feeling, honestly. So, bang on the money, maybe? I don't know. We'll guess. We'll see. So something's at a halt, or feels like it's at a halt, but if I don't know, it either is or isn't, and you feel like that. So choose whichever applies. There's something about timing being a thing, important people being relevant, that you might know of or might not know of yet. Things taking its time and being slow, everything going in steps. Like there being like a even flow of things working out, but then also I guess this sense of like stagnation being in place. Also, the way it could become coming across for some of you is hard work not paying off, but the hard work is paying off. So internally, maybe switch off the narration that it's hard work not paying off because at the end of the day, you don't know how much it is paying off or isn't paying off, right? Uh, and it's important to keep a healthy perspective with that as well, especially if things are stagnant and you're getting frustrated, but maybe it's important for them to be stagnant, right? Maybe there's things still playing out, maybe there's time that is needed, maybe you are in a specific place and point where certain emotions and thoughts are running that are taking its course or leaving your energy, and it's important to how do you say this? It's important to keep perspective even when it is like slow, basically. Just because it's slow doesn't mean that it's bad. Sometimes in life we need things to be slow, and we have slow days like all around the year, right? But there's still important days, and stuff still happens on those days. Like if you imagine a lazy day at work, right? Maybe not the most happens, but it's still a whole day of work. Stuff has happened. Customers came around, purchases were made, just because it was a low point doesn't mean it wasn't an important day for whatever it is. And in terms of energy, that's even more relevant um, than in practical matters, right? In practical matters, it's easy to discount the amount of effort that goes into things or the amount of importance days might have, even if they're not 100% productive or if they're not fast moving or they're not busy. Yeah, this can go on for years sometimes as well, right? But it doesn't mean that all of those years nothing was happening, just maybe it was a different expression of that. Maybe there was different stuff happening. It's, coming across as like those life stages of where you need to take time out and you need to take priority over your own self-care, your own home, maybe making sacrifices in the point of creating a stable life, but not doing the exciting, fun stuff that life seems to be about at points, right? So that's actual balance. That's not actually bad. Like it's not stagnation in the way that you it's not actually happening in the way you think it is, I guess is how it's coming across. And these cards are just confirming what I said. So something happening in the energy or astral or auric or whatever field, matrix, your own like reality matrix. Within the collective as well, right? There's a lot of stuff happening there, and that sometimes puts us in different places as well and spaces. But you aren't looking into that, you're not witnessing that, and it's not that you necessarily need to look into all of the crazy stuff that's happening energetically, or not crazy, right? Transformational, let's say. But you might need to accept that you need to give yourself credit that is more aligned with this type of stuff in a positive way. So instead of being like, oh, stagnation, oh no, right? Be like, oh, slow, steady pace where everything is being sorted out. Wrinkles are getting ironed out, problems are getting sorted. I can actually relax. I can take lazy days off. I can then schedule and sort out my week so I invest still steadily within these new hobbies, these new relationships I have, this career that I am putting more effort or focus in, or shifting over to a different department in, or whatever it is, right? Or this new hobby project, or maybe this side business. Oh, I can take the time I need to buy that car that I need to go past states, right, with to actually do that move or to travel like that. I can save the money I need for that RV, for whatever it is, for that trip that I have in half a year. I have the time and space to actually do this. And although it is uncomfortable maybe at times, like that's maybe the thing that, you'd benefit more from looking into or tending to instead of being like, how do I make things unstuck? and they're not actually badly unstuck. It's more like they're ruminating. The intentions you've put out, the work you've given, it's what's the word? No, I can't remember that word. I'm trying, but like disjointed in my brain. Um, Incubating. There we go. I actually did remember it. Never mind. That was incubating. So yeah, that's kind of where you're at and what's going on. Don't worry about it. You know, like keep perspective. Don't give in to undermining thoughts. Don't give in to worry. Don't panic. If things take longer and you still get the result that you want in about a year or something, is it really that bad? And for some, maybe a year is an exaggeration. Maybe it's on the money. Maybe it's more than that, right? Depending on what you are creating. But overall, breathe. It's okay. Where you are is gonna be a springboard that really launches you forward. And there's things that you can do that'll just calm you if you focus on where you are actually upset or disgruntled, right? Like the day isn't gonna go away and it's not really gonna change too much. If the good things are still happening for you, you're upset about it. How can you let yourself decompress or give that attention that you need, or who can you talk to, or how can you inspire yourself through it? Maybe you just need to make a bit of a early vacation plan, maybe take a couple of sick days just to do you. Whatever it is, you can start doing it now and it'll just make it better instead of putting it off until you are done or until like, oh, I need to achieve this and then I can start doing this. And it's like, well, you could start right now. Um, you'll get more sleep, you'll eat better, you'll enjoy your shows, your games, your crafting more. Like it'll just come together because all of this is gonna be what it's gonna be for you to get what you want, but that's just the way it's gonna be. Can't rush it sometimes. Sometimes no shortcuts are given. And it's not like Spirit's just seeing you making an issue or whatever. It's more coming across as like you are going through something that's intense and frustrating, and there's encouragement in taking things slow and looking after yourself in the process because it's not necessarily your fault. You're not getting punished. You're not feeling into something that's not going to work or that you really need to worry about. It's more of a case of you are shedding skin inside of yourself, and some of that skin is real old and flaky, and you don't feel it come off, but the other parts are kind of more connected and conjoined, and then it kind of hurts a bit more when stuff starts changing or happening, right? Um, but it's like I don't know. If you're a person that has gone through strife and difficulty in your life, look back to the points of when your strife and challenge and difficulty might have been a fun period in your life or something you didn't see how much you appreciated it until maybe it was done or something, or maybe as you were going through it, you didn't even notice that it was challenging or difficult because you were so enmeshed and focused on the stuff that was fun and was working for you and wasn't necessarily just escapism, right? It was just like one foot in front of the other going through life in a way that's more beneficial for you. Yeah, overall, you're good. You are good. Your vibes speak louder than words. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. This is like the only hardship, really. I choose to learn through love, through prayer. Eh. Okay, so for some of y'all, there was a person that left your group, and it could have been like someone as close as a friend or a lover, and you had high hopes for things to change and become better, and then you kind of spent some time doing that and eventually kind of just crumbled down and you needed to make choices and decisions, and it's put you up in this tiffy of you might have had some other stuff as well happen before that or leading up to that or somewhere in between in the middle of like things not working out, although you really invested into them and you had a lot of ambition and desire to make things right, but it didn't work out. That's good. It's good. You can let go of the player. Whoever that person was that wasn't invested as much or was playing games or was doing something specific. Because you know your abilities and vibes and power, you know that you're choosing the right perspective and all of the other stuff, but you have, I feel like this group has spells where it's just like why is everything in the lull or lacking or stagnant? Like why I'm kind of maybe some of you are bored or thinking you should force yourself out of the situation you have because it's unpleasant or circumstances are changing so much, or you already know where you want to go so much that it's like daunting to jump into the future, but you are still making your way there. Whatever the situation is, give yourself time to feel stuff out the way you need to, right? Like let's say if you had a friend you needed to give some compassion to, how would you be doing that if they had this similar circumstance that you did, do that for you? It doesn't matter how long you need to take out of your schedule your life or whatever it is, or how you need to make effort to change your weeks up, right? For it to be more of a vocal point. But it's really important so you can fully enjoy your time right now as you're going towards this definite result of success, because you know it's inevitable. You know, maybe sometimes that makes us rush through and want it faster than we are getting it. But yeah, find whatever part of yourself really needs the most love in at this current moment in time. That's where your key lies, and give it as much time, cuddles, and appreciation as you can before this completely closes out and then you go off to somewhere else, because it's making you think also of this goal and desire in a very critical way where it's kind of suffocating the meaning of it for you, which that's it's fine sometimes, but other times it can be an investment that's gonna kind of, shift reality in a way, or make you go through some stuff you don't want to. So just allow yourself to be where you're at, use the wisdom you have, not to shortcut or cheat, but to actually do this, go through this. Um, sell your mind, have it work for you, not against you. And so you won't, ripple out stuff you don't want as well. But yeah, I didn't even, I don't think I finished this card, or if I did, I'll just read it again. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. And you have two eyes, which always to me speaks of balance, depending on which one's reverse or up, coming out of the shadow into the light, being reborn as well, being reborn. So yeah, aligning your inner dreams with your outer world. I hope you liked the message and it helps. Feel free to share your story down below in the comment section or do whatever with the clicky buttons of like and subs and stuff. I appreciate anything and everything to do with that. If you want to see more of me, you can go down into my link tree and see what I do there where I do it. YouTube is the one like this channel specifically is where I'm putting most of my content out or effort in, and I will be coming back into other things once I kind of, I don't know, once energy settles. So, but you feel free to, I don't know, find whatever is fun for you over anywhere else as well. Have a good one. Sending you love and blessings, and see you next time. Hello, pile number two. It's the card you got. It's the Page of Wands. And yeah, let's get into it. What you have your focus on is correct. Just don't burn yourself with the passion. Is what's coming across. Don't burn yourself with the passion. But everything else is more or less fine, maybe, I guess. That's too many, Spirit. Let's just quickly flip through them. Yeah, you went through some transformational stuff. Like a lot of rebalancing within the masculine, the feminine. Really? Okay. I mean, I'll take those. So this is the one that was important. I kind of had that feeling, but it's okay. Um, hmm. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness, and there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Yeah, you've had some people put you down in the past, and I think there's a feeling of wanting to prove people wrong in some way or manner or shape. Some of these people you don't even have around you no more. Most of them maybe even. And it's like you're trying to balance out the two sides of the scales you've received in pain or suffering or punishment even as it's coming across. Um, don't get entangled in treating this like the thing that made me or the thing that changed my life. Like don't identify with it because when you identify with it, it becomes a part of you. Whereas if you don't identify with it and you realize that you've had an experience that has made an impact but does not shackle or define you, and you are something beyond it, right? It like even if things shake us to our core, there's still repercussion and repair in the positive sense of not having it destroy us or transform us into a person that we don't want to be. And navigating that and understanding it, right? And having it as a tool that's going to make you happier instead of having it as something that you need to somehow escape, somehow fight, somehow define, do something with it. Like, it doesn't need to be that complicated. It can just be letting it be whatever it is, accepting what you haven't accepted yet, and then letting yourself have the piece of forgiveness. And not for the point of other people, but for the point of like if you have an attachment that or a side of you that like fed into whatever this it's happened to be or has made it have a stronger pull on you. Like what if you need to give forgiveness for yourself, right? Or for the like for others in the circumstances. Um, as you've evolved, it doesn't really matter no more, right? It doesn't need to come with you through time or through space. It can be left where it happened or whatever it was to have been, and then just you're beyond it. You know, you are beyond it. Doesn't need to happen again. You don't need to be like that. You don't need to be affected like this. It can just move on. And you can be courageous about your passions and your love and excitement for new things and wherever you're going. Like this doesn't need to come with you. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Or I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Yeah, some of you might be actually seeing dragonflies. Even if it's not real dragonflies, if you see them just anywhere, it's still the same thing. Um, yeah, so this is what you're transforming, and this is what you're transforming into. You're letting go of these things, which are really dark colors, right? Very shadowy as well, into complete and utter light. Heart-centered, loving, emotionally open, considerate of self too, though. Wise through experience and what has happened to you. And also not making it an idea or a thing that you need to take with you or you need to be this or that. You already went through it, you experienced it, that's done. You already have been grown by it and honed by it. You've already transformed through it, right? That's how you know where to go and what to do. But I feel like there's how it's coming across is there's something burning a hole in your pants. Um, as you're doing it and you're trying not to pay attention to that hole in the pants, but you kind of need to because like I don't know, your pennies are falling out or something. I feel like some of you are slightly upset that you can't just move on by ignoring this thing. Some of you I heard like yell yes. Ignoring works to a point, but you need to be done and over something to actually ignore it. That's kind of the superpower of ignoring. Like sometimes it does work to just ignore something and it'll stop doing whatever it's doing to annoy you. But other times, it's like, how can you actually really ignore something if you're still hung up on it and ruminating over it, or as it's happening, it's driving you batshit crazy, right? Then it's a test of patience and skill in what do you call it? It's a poker term. Bluff. There we go. It's basically a bluff. Right? And you want the real deal. Like you're going for the real passion, the real fire, the real meaning, the real energy, the real drive, the real heart of it. And like that's why it's, not working to ignore it just like that. It's not something wrong with you or someone attacking you or something else happening. It's just like it's an inside job. It's an inside job. Interesting. This is again reminding me of masculine and feminine vibes. So you good with the eh, you good with the feminine, but the masculine is going through something? No, I don't know. Something is just coming across on that energy, but I can't really see it. So personal to you guys. Um, Yeah, okay, you're ready to go at it and just leave all of this behind and make your life about this new endeavor and thing. But if you look to it, all of the eyes are going towards this point of wisdom and awareness and then the freedom and transformation of it, right? But you still have this one thing that's in between of you and that until you can like really shift things looking forward to whatever is out there for you. Yeah, you can use your wild charms within to like talk to the situation or to your feelings or whatever this has left you with, and giving yourself more freedom, letting yourself just be free with whatever you still think or feel. Like you were ready to be past this. It doesn't need to be something annoying like this. And it is really weird because it doesn't feel like that big or bad of a thing, but because there's either like a repetitive thing with these situations, or there's an intensity behind them, or there's just a personal internal fixation on it enough, right? Like maybe it builds you character to get pissed off and go forward and be like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna do my fucking thing, right? But it's sometimes you can do it right, and sometimes you might miscalculate a little bit and hold on to a bunch of crap and then be like super unconsolable or like you can't even talk to the person sometimes when that happens, right? So that's how this is coming across. be vulnerable at least with yourself to let this go and make peace with it. Don't force it. Let yourself express all of the wildness that has come with it, and then let that natural wildfire within you that's stirring up and happening actually make the transformation and change where you break the chain and you just move on and move up. And nothing can stop you. Like you don't need to force or push this thing of proving them wrong or that like, oh, I'll just blaze my trail or I'll just show them whatever it is, right? Just let it go forward in its natural pace and stop like making it a thing or pushing it or whatever. Do the thing that you're avoiding that you really don't want to do because I feel like you've done this at least a few times and this one will be a bit of an ending point to it as well. So you'll be fine. And it's gonna create really good ripples for you and your relationships and who you might meet in the future. So, yeah, like it's gonna sort this energy out for good if you do this instead of you going to the next level, still having this feeling, still having this like hang up, and then actually manifesting more of it going forward because you ignored it and then just blazed, right? Where as a you could have more been like, oh, let me make this fire burn this shit apart. Fucking destroy whatever I need to let go of. This isn't gonna serve me anyway. I don't want anyone else having this. And then just like having that blaze the trail. You're good to go. We know you're like this is like how a message is coming across from spirit. You're good to go. We know that you're good to go, but you need to take this time for you and your heart instead of some superficial idea of like getting away from the pain or proving someone to be who they don't see themselves to be, like very Scorpio energy in the point of like let me show your issues, your bullshit, let me call you out. Um, but it's like let yourself go through the death process. Don't be stinging people just because you feel like you need to and want to and like fuck whatever, right? Keep your eyes on the prize. This was way shorter, but I feel like it was to the point, right? It makes sense. Sorry for your like personal loss, like emotional loss is what I want to say, like not losses and but like when this type of stuff happens, it's an emotional hit where we feel sometimes like we might have almost lost a part of ourselves or we got hit real bad by someone and it just stings, it just hurts, right? Maybe something someone said is stuck in our heads. Um, maybe it was so atrocious the way they've acted or communicated, or what they've done behind the scenes, or what they've invested into instead of you, that it really can make us internalize that in a way that it creates a lot of feelings and behaviors, even if we ignore it, right? Even if we're fighting it or doing some other stuff, like even if we're saying it's cathartic, sometimes it's not cathartic. It's just going in the same loop in the rumination of it. Saying it's healthier cathartic, but it's really like nothing can really be done about these situations to make them just easier. They're there for a reason in life to actually make us feel to the parts of ourselves that we couldn't or we didn't for a while or something like that, right? To then go the whole journey, go the whole way in the right way, not like a broken bone that's just going out of control, but a actual healing where it really hits, it really sinks in, right? It really goes to the nooks and crannies that really matter. Um, because the heart is what matters the most, really. Like the heart, the soul, right? The personal internal like vulnerability of that truth, of that light. Um, and when something happens there, like it is important. You do want to burn the world. You want to freaking give up on everything, but it's not how life is lived to the fullest. completely not having these experiences is also not how life is not like how life is not lived to the fullest. I also feel like saying that candle of mine just went out like right now, as I said just. So, yeah, I feel like this is good. It's happening. It's gonna happen. You're ready. Um, it'll be better than you think. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me. I feel like this one was a bit intense, but it went really well. And I'm sending you a lot of love and compassion for wherever you are in the world, whatever you're going through. And if you wanna, share your story, go feel free doing that in the comment section. And if not, you can go to at least like the video or sub or maybe something like that if you feel like it. If you don't, you don't. Whatever it is, what it is. Um, you're good on that. And if you want to see more of my content and other things that I make, go to my link tree, also in the description, where you will find some other social sites that I am a part of and have profiles public for. So, yeah, have a good one. I'm out. Peace. Hello, pile number three. I hope you're doing well. We're gonna get into it. You have the Five of Pentacles. Damn. I know the collective is going through some tough emotions. I was just not expecting all of the readings to be speaking to that. I mean, fair enough. I'm good with that because sometimes the readings that are uncomfortable and we don't like are the readings we need the most. I know I've been really helped by some really emotional readings, or readings about like certain problems. Getting out of tough times, but it doesn't look like it yet, is how it's coming across. You think that going into a specific contract, relationship, or idea is gonna fix the matter, though? It's not. Don't go back there. If they kicked you out or if they weren't good enough, they were not good enough. That's it. Don't go back just because you're getting weary or tired of the road ahead or you're starting to doubt yourself and think twice or something else. Remember why you set out to do the things you set out to do. Remember where you started. Remember what you went through. Remember how you picked yourself up. Keep going. You're doing everything right. You will have some respite and it'll be a springboard to just lead you to go and do more, but you will enjoy it. It will be happy times. Better than right now, to be fair. Way better than right now. Way better. These two up here, three off the top. Boop, 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 up, and top and bottom. I mean, I'll show these cards as well. I don't know. They're sticking out to me. So, King of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. Slow and steady is what's gonna bring you that speed and fulfillment emotionally. And celebration time is not quite yet, but when it'll happen, it'll be worth it. Like, also do what you can for your current circumstance. Don't look beyond into like, oh, I still don't have this, or it'll be super nice when this will be happening, or this will start, because you're doing an escapism thing into the future and making it about a future that's not happening right now. And it's like, for now, celebrate with yourself. Make the relationship and the hangouts and the dates and the going out with yourself. Don't look to just future events that aren't happening yet. Start doing it on your own by yourself. That's gonna make you like love your life instead of like threatening over the point that this isn't happening yet because it will be when it will be. That's how it's coming across. Let's go off the top. You're closer, like you're closer than you think because it might still be taking a decent amount of time or while for whatever it is to be hatching. Um, it's like when it hatches, it only just needs to be a flip up out of the situation that you're in. So it's kind of like when you're on this extreme of the pendulum or the spectrum, right? You get drawn out and then shot to the other side of where it's yeah, the opposite side of the spectrum or pendulum where it's more, I guess, of what you want to experience. That's why things are set up the way they are. It's actually for your benefit, not for your, I don't know, suffering, shadow work, dark night of the souls, whatever. You're past that. You are past that. Funny how the devil like started, coming out as soon as he started talking about it. Yeah, nah, you're past it. You are past it. Yeah, it's a bit of an empty space. Yeah, you're a bit alone. Yeah, you don't have all of the answers and you're going out on a limb, doing something completely unconventional, completely out there. And it's not like things are moving really super fast. You're not even doing a lot, right? You're doing the amount you can while looking after yourself and keeping perspective and happiness. Um, Look to whatever the star card would represent to you personally. Look to whatever this energy can be for you in your everyday life. Or internally, if there's like a perspective you can tune into as this card is kind of shining, do that. Because you've put a lot of work you're not recognizing. A lot of things have went down and away, but it's so good because all of it would have been holding you back anyway, or would have been weighing you down even more when you got the Ten of Pentacles, or it would have been just fucking you over behind your back and taking away from it, and it wouldn't even be a Ten of Pentacles. It'll be like a seven, like a constant seven. Who wants a constant seven, right? Or a constant eight? Whichever one is the one where it's building. I've been doing tarot for years, but I still can't remember all of the suits in succession. I keep mixing up like some of the numbers in the seven and the eight. Seven and eights I mix up for some reason because they're kind of connected in a way. Maybe I don't know. Whatever. Point is, you're in this place where nothing can reach you to fuck you over, nothing can affect you. Yes, you got to deal with your own mental clarity and how you tend to your emotions and how you ground the energy and maybe how you connect to your spiritual side, right? Which doesn't necessarily need to be like super woo woo crazy, but for you it's important. So having some quiet time in the day, maybe doing some journaling before bed, maybe going for that walk to that lake, um, maybe setting aside the weekend to recuperate because you need the whole weekend to recuperate and you're not going out or doing bullshit. You're actually recuperating and not guilt tripping yourself over it because, oh, I'm not being social or I'm not investing into my friends or whatever it is, right? Those people aren't going with you anyway. They're having their fun and wherever they are, it's fine. It's fine. Um, Everyone can miss each other, but ultimately you're just going to the things you like and you want more of without compromising, and that's way more important. And do the things that you like and focus on them, right? Because I feel like the Five of Pentacles isn't the only card that represents your energy. I feel like there would be more, but the Five of Pentacles is the one that is coming across the strongest in how you feel and how things are seeming to you, how it feels like things are working out. And it isn't that bad. You might be up in your head about it. It's empty. I will admit that. Like, it's empty. there's not a lot of stuff you would like to do except for whatever works for you in the hermit stage. So, um, maybe you're at home a lot. Maybe you're eating a lot of home cooked meals too, right? Maybe you are also taking personal hobbies um, into your routine more than you are like extroverted hobbies, right? Maybe you are what's considered in this day and age, and it's kind of important that people do this, but I feel like just because we've come out of a very busy period in life to some extent, right? Like having to always work and go out to work, having to always socialize, being around people, and eventually, like some people have always just lived more isolated or introverted and focusing what they actually prefer, but other people. It's like they've tried making this balancing act between who they are and then people around, right? And society and groups and workplace and high school and whatever. And then that creates like a dynamic and almost a race for some people, right? You think you're just keeping up with people, but you're actually stalking their success on Facebook or something. And it's like you haven't really spoken to them for the last 2, 3 years, and you weren't ever gonna speak to them ever again after uni and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like people kind of run away from their own peace that way. And I feel like you might have had that experience of where you're dropping all of the things you were counterbalancing with yourself, which was counterproductive actually to you. It wasn't good balance, it was actually counterbalance, right? And you're freaking out that something is wrong with you, that you should be more this or more that or more and I think some views of whatever's popping up in like messages from society for you is really affecting that too. I don't know, maybe your generation is like very heavily affected by what other people dictate is the best or the right thing to do, or like this is where you gotta focus on. Maybe you're in high school, uni, something like that, right? Maybe you're in general in a position where everyone's super opinionated. Um, that don't matter. Those people are just people doing their thing, and if it matters to them, let them do it. If it doesn't matter to you, keep doing what you're doing. Because while you do the stuff you that matters to you, you're gonna get the results you want eventually. I think you just let go of a bunch of stuff that wasn't for you, and now it's time to reacclimate to your new internal state. Like, how do you perceive and view things? How do you choose to do things? What do you value? And then support yourself valuing, right? Like, oh, I'm glad I'm looking into this thing type of stuff. And how, you can then peacefully let yourself have the realization or calm of like, why did I even give a shit about these things to begin with? Why was I trying so hard to be this thing? Why was I freaking giving into creating my life about this and juggling everything and just maintaining this? Like, if it didn't even make me happy, why the fuck was I doing it? Eh, well, those are your own questions and answers. A lot of people do it, don't worry about it, like it's just a internal like trap, I guess. I don't want to say internal trap, that sounds worse than it actually is. It's just how things at one point seem to need to be done, right? And then the disillusionment of like nothing really needs to work like anything as long as I don't feel good about it. It doesn't need to be a part of anything. I can figure, whatever way it is out for me that works better without trying to apply myself to something all the time and attribute all of my success to that thing or that whatever making me happy or giving me self-worth or saying where I'm at is good, right? You can do that yourself already. You're doing that already. You're progressing on that. You're going there. It's all coming together. Start looking at the lights that are for you and stop getting distracted by the things that were never for you and you've just let it go. You just let it go. It'll feel better and legit one pentacle of time, which I don't know how long pentacles are. Month? That would be a right? Oh wait, no, not a month, maybe. I guess pentacles could also be years. I don't, yeah, I can't remember some of those things, but for me, it's coming across as like a month's time or whatever. You'll go through the process of changing and shifting over like your thoughts and perspectives and whatever programming you still are having. And then let go of all of this. I'd recommend not answering any people that drive you out of your center. Like if you know someone just triggers the fuck out of your, puts you off, or makes you start thinking about things you shouldn't, or makes you feel bad, just literally just don't even just don't even go there. You don't need to go there. You don't, if you think and worry about disrespect towards that person, just think about it more in your case and sense. Why is it good for you that you open your phone up or your messages or email and you get down to the point where you're working with just down energy or being down on yourself or everything's down, life's down, whatever's down, right? When you could just be ignoring all of that and going on the up and focusing on the up and seeing what the up is and why it is and how it is and what that up is within you and how that's, your main part of focus and not worry right now. Do we have any more messages? I want to pull another card. So, obviously, I said that there's another card. Let's see what would be the flip out card, like the flip out energy of you. If you're in this energy, what is the flip out that you can do instantly? Like flip like a coin. How can you flip your energy? What's the flip out? There we go. What is the flip out? Reverse or upright? No, this is upright. So yeah, those are two different energies in it. One's a minor, one's a major. One's balanced, going towards things that you like and you want. The other one is being hurt over the things you're leaving. But here you're happy over what you're leaving. You're excited over it. You're balanced with the ebbs and the flows, with the little sadness and the happiness. You're not bogged down by it. It's not maddening you. You're leaving whatever stability thought to be was behind you because it was an idea of stability that didn't actually work out for you, right? You're going towards the things that bring you balance, that make you happy, that actually encourage you to be strong and outspoken and confident in your decisions and your feelings. You're following what you've made yourself have by the stars or in the stars, whoever that's relevant for. That's a very metaphysical message. Like whatever you've made up in the stars is occurring and happening. And so it's like you're connecting your conscious awareness to that aspect of you, to that fabric of your reality, and you're stepping into it. Like you're letting it be something of a like a part of your experience and awareness. Um, maybe it's something feels cosmic, but maybe it's something that you always wanted to like feel within your incarnations or something like that, or within your energy. Like you've always wanted something, it's happening and it's occurring, and it's like you're keeping that map, you're letting yourself go there, you're accepting that maybe it was like something being held over you, but at the same time you chose it for a reason, and it's becoming this magnificent love journey of you coming back to like the stars, to your house, to your home, to your like being of like I'm a part of everything and I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not harming anyone. I'm doing what I care and need to because I was always born to be this way. I've set out to realize this and I am doing it. This is my experience of becoming me and who I really wanted to be. Ooh, damn. Ooh. The vibes on that one. Oh, so many emotions. I'm just gonna sit here with it for a bit. Oh, oh, that was a nice bit to end it on. Definitely freaking release some energy, that one. I don't need nothing else. I feel like some of you maybe wanted me to show the top and the bottom. Nope. This is it. We're done. We are done. I do want to kind of like hold space for this energy happening, but I don't need to. It just feels really good. You guys can have whatever that is. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your energy and letting me read for you. I am sending you muchos blessings and what love. Yeah, and good vibes. And I hope you have a good one. If you want to see more of me, you can go into my link tree down below. Click on the linky links there, or share your story even below that if you want in the comments. And if not, I appreciate you watching this or even leaving a like and subscribe. It's very, very fun to see the response, like from people. It's not maybe a big thing, or I guess it can sound sometimes like a superficial thing to some people, but really, at the end of the day, like those numbers are people. You know what I mean? Like those account names, everything else, like it's people. And I think that's the most fun part of it all, honestly. So, yeah. Have a good one. I'm gonna dip off before I start rambling nonsense, as I do. And I'll see you next time. Peace.